In today's video, we will be fixing up your audio settings for clean, clear and crispy footstep sounds in Warzone. To do that, we will be using Audio Equalizer. If you don't know what that is, it basically allows you to increase and decrease certain sound frequencies, and I will share my own equalizer settings that I am using for a few years now. But before we jump into it, I need you to understand that this will not increase the distance you can hear enemy footsteps in Warzone. It will only make them more clear and clean, while you will be able to distinguish where exactly are they coming from. Audio in Warzone is unfortunately very bad, and hopefully some improvements will happen soon. Here is a comparison of what you can expect and what it sounds in game with the default settings and with Equalizer, so you can decide if you want to try it out or not. First, we will go into a game and into options. In Audio tab, find Audio Mix and select the Boost High. Adjust your master volume accordingly. I like to set it anywhere between 13 and 15, but you can set it on whatever it works for you. After you've done that, you can close the game for now. There are two options you have when it comes to equalizers. If you're using a USB headset mic, then you will need a third-party equalizer called Equalizer APO. And if you're not using a USB headset, then you most likely have Realtek audio drivers installed, and it has its own equalizer that we will be using later. First, we will download Equalizer APO from the link provided in the description, and then we will also need Piece, which is pretty much a graphical interface for Equalizer APO. After you download both of these, install Equalizer APO first. It is gonna ask you to configure which devices you want to use it on. Since this is my default device, I'm gonna select speakers, HyperX amp game, and for capture device, I also use it on my microphone. You can select all of this, it doesn't really matter, but you will want to use it on your main default devices. Click OK. It's gonna ask you to reboot your PC, so do that. I'm not gonna do that now. After you restarted your PC, install Piece. And start it up. We're gonna open full interface. So now that you've done that, we will need 10 of these sliders, and here is 13, so we will need to delete 3 of these sliders. So simply just click on this minus button until you have only 10 of them. So just click on this 3 times. Now that we have only 10 of them, we're gonna edit these frequency numbers. After you put manually all the frequency numbers, you're gonna need to put this one on 1.41 like the other ones, and you're gonna need to turn EQ on. After that, you're gonna lower the first 4 of them on -7. You can also type it manually here. The next 3 we're gonna put on +3. And then the last 3 we're gonna put on +8. So if you've done everything correctly, it should look something like this. Now all you need to do is click on save and type whatever you want for this configuration to be called, and just click save, and it's gonna be saved here. If you want to turn it off, you don't need to close the program off. Just simply click on and off here and the equalizer is going to be turned off. For those of you that do not have a USB headset, we will do the same thing in Realtek Audio Manager. If you by any chance do not have a Realtek Audio Manager, just Google your motherboard and go on their website. Under support, you should see drivers and onboard audio drivers and find Realtek high definition audio driver. Install it. It's gonna ask you to reboot your PC. After you reboot your PC, on the bottom right, you're gonna see an icon like this that says Realtek HD Audio Manager. You open this, and it's gonna look something like this. It might look different to you depending on which motherboard you have. You will go into sound effects, and here we see an equalizer, and you're gonna open change to graphic equalizer. And as you can see, here we have the same frequencies we did in Peace, and we're just gonna edit them the same way we did in Peace. So the first 4, I like to put them on -3. The second 3 on +3, and the last 3 on +9. After you do that, you click save, you name it whatever you want, you click yes, and you have equalizer set up. And this is it. Very simple and very easy to set up. I have been using Audio Equalizer for years, and it helped with footsteps and other sounds in every game I've played. But if none of my settings work for you, then feel free to change the sliders around and find what works best for you. In worst case, you can always go back to playing default without equalizer. Just keep in mind that it's going to take a few days to get used to new sounds, so don't just quit and turn equalizer off after one game. But anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.